Hello everyone and welcome to my CSOU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley reveals who is really responsible for pardons. Reality television star Todd Chrisley is sharing who he feels is truly responsible for him and his wife being pardoned. They were locked up in January 2023 and ultimately freed in May 2025. So, who was behind all of this? Keep reading for more details. Todd Chrisley reveals who is really responsible for pardons. Since Todd Chrisley and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were sentenced to a collective 19 years behind bars, the fight was on. They headed to their respective prisons, Todd in Pensacola and Julie in Kentucky. All the time that they were away, their daughter Savannah Chrisley stood firm by their sides. She made it her mission to get them freed or, at the very least, their sentences significantly reduced. At the same time, she was raising her two younger siblings and ensuring they were safe and happy. Ultimately, at the end of May 2025, Savannah got the call from President Donald Trump that he was pardoning her parents. She had worked tirelessly to campaign for President Trump and was very proactive, which all paid off. Her parents walked within 24 hours of getting the pardon call. Although Todd and Savannah spoke at a press conference, they gathered with Julie and Grayson for a sit-down with Laura Trump. While doing this, Todd explained that God is really the one responsible for their pardons. Of course, he credits the president for making the call and allowing them to be free. However, he is very spiritual and truly is grateful to God, who had previously been angry with. Heading to Pensacola without his wife, Julie Chrisley, by his side was very hard for Todd Chrisley. They have been married for nearly 30 years. Therefore, that first night behind bars was understandably difficult. He was not happy with the person he held so much faith in. Todd questioned why God would do this to him when he had believed he had been so loyal. He then had a dream where God came to him and shared that he had planted him where he felt he was needed. Reflecting back, Todd Chrisley now sees that he was where he belonged and is determined to help other inmates. He met some amazing men when he was behind bars, who were his biggest supporters. The same went for Julie Chrisley, as she also met many women along the way who deserved a second chance. To get them the chances that they so desperately deserve is vital to the couple now that they have been blessed. Fans were thrilled to see them back together and speaking out. Ultimately, followers of Julie and Todd Chrisley hope that they keep their word, that they do all they can for prison reform and continue their healing journey. For months, the question has lingered in the air like the scent of freshly brewed sweet tea on a Georgia porch. Who exactly was pulling the strings behind Todd and Julie Chrisley's highly publicized pardons? While fans of Chrisley Knows Best have speculated endlessly, with theories ranging from political allies to behind-the-scenes Hollywood heavyweights, Todd himself has now decided to spill the truth. And in true Todd fashion, the revelation came with equal parts Southern charm, a dash of shade, and more than one jaw-dropping twist. A build-up worthy of reality TV. Todd's big confession didn't come during a press conference or a sit-down with a cable news anchor. No, he chose to break his silence on his own turf during a live-streamed Q&A on his podcast, Chrisley Confessions. Sitting in front of a sleek microphone in a cream-colored sweater that somehow managed to say both cozy and CEO, Todd teased his followers with just enough breadcrumbs to keep them hanging on. "I've heard it all," he began, leaning back in his chair with that trademark smirk. "Folks saying we cut a deal with Washington, that we had a billionaire guardian angel, that maybe Oprah just decided she'd had enough injustice for 1 year. I'm here to tell y'all have no idea." The comment section blew up instantly. Emojis, theories, demands for him to just say it. Todd took a slow sip of his drink before delivering the first clue. The person who made this happen isn't who you'd expect, and they certainly didn't do it for a photo op. The unexpected hero. After 15 minutes of playful dodging, Todd finally dropped the name, and it wasn't a politician, mogul, or celebrity activist. It was Savannah Chrisley. "She's the one," Todd said, his voice softening. "Savannah fought harder for our freedom than anyone. She wasn't just out there for the cameras. She was in the offices, on the phone, working angles I didn't even know existed. And half the time, she didn't tell me what she was doing because she didn't want to go still, even on screen." Fans had seen Savannah speak out for her parents countless times, but the full extent of her behind-the-scenes influence had never been made public. According to Todd, Savannah didn't just rally support on social media. She built an entire grassroots network, connecting legal experts, sympathetic lawmakers, and public figures willing to make quiet but powerful moves. She became a one-woman PR team, legal strategist, and fundraiser. "I don't know how she slept. Actually, I'm not sure she did," Todd chuckled. The sacrifices made, Todd went on to describe the toll it took on his daughter. While raising her younger siblings, running her businesses, and keeping her public life afloat, Savannah was spending late nights combing through court documents and tracking down people who could help overturn what the family saw as a miscarriage of justice. She spent her own money on travel, on hiring the right people, on making sure every meeting counted, Todd said. She took criticism, she took insults, and she kept her chin up. Every single time someone told her it was hopeless, she'd come back with, "Watch me." And Lord, did she make them watch. Savannah's determination even meant turning down certain TV deals and brand partnerships that might have clashed with her mission. She wasn't about to be bought or distracted, Todd said. She knew exactly what she was fighting for. The strategic masterstroke. The turning point, Todd revealed, came when Savannah uncovered a procedural flaw in how part of their case had been handled. While the legal team had noticed it before, Savannah found the right person in the right position to actually care. That connection opened the door to a series of closed-door discussions that ultimately led to the pardon process gaining momentum. "She didn't beg, she didn't grovel," Todd recalled proudly. "She laid out the facts. She said, 'This is wrong, here's the evidence, and here's how we can fix it.' That's when things started moving. She didn't need to shout. She made the truth so clear that even people on the other side of the aisle nodded their heads." Why Todd waited to tell the story. Some might wonder why Todd kept this information under wraps until now. His answer? Timing. "When we were in the thick of it, I didn't want to draw attention to her work in case it jeopardized something," he explained. "We had enough people trying to shut doors on us. I wasn't about to give them a reason to slam another one." Now that the pardons were secured, Todd said he could finally give credit where credit was due without fear of backlash derailing their efforts. "She's my hero," he said simply. A message for the critics. Of course, not everyone was thrilled about the pardons. Some critics argued that the Chrisleys were using fame to bend the system. Todd addressed this head-on during the podcast. "Fame didn't save us. Savannah did," he said firmly. "If you think the system should be fair, then you should be cheering for her. She fought for what's right, not just for her parents, but for the principle that justice should be justice, no matter your last name." Family reactions. Julie, still adjusting to life back home, chimed in briefly via a pre-recorded message that Todd played for listeners. "I don't think I'll ever find the words to thank Savannah," Julie's voice said, breaking slightly. "She kept us alive in here. Every phone call, every letter telling us not to lose hope. That was her keeping us going. And knowing what she was doing on the outside, it gives me chills. She's our miracle." Even Todd's mother, Nanny Faye, made a surprise appearance on the livestream, waving at the camera and declaring, "That girl's got more grit than a Georgia driveway." The future of Savannah's advocacy. Todd hinted that Savannah's work might not be over. "She's already talking about using what she learned to help other families," he revealed. "There are so many people in prison who don't have a Savannah in their corner. And let me tell you, they need one." While Savannah hasn't officially announced any new ventures, Todd said her passion for reform and justice is stronger than ever. She's seen the power of persistence, he said, and I think she's just getting started.